Howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast. This here is episode 572, the Detroit Lions Hall of Shame game. This is the official Detroit Lions podcast for Reddit. I am your dashing host, Chris, and with me is my good friend, and as usual, finely coiffed co-host, Jeff the Riz Risdon. How you doing, brother? You ready for more training camp? You over there in the Detroit area?
I will be there in 12 hours. Less than 12 hours.
All right.
Back at it on a Sunday morning.
Whew. We'll get you some sleep tonight. I promise. I hope so. Let's see. Okay, we got a lot to talk about in today's show. We're going to talk about bursts and busts. Not the kind of busts we really hope for. We're going to take takeaways from the Hall of Fame game, what to look for next out of this team, and a whole lot more. Mr. Risdon, we have a wonderfully eventful show lined up for this evening. Are you ready to go, my friend?
Let's do it.
Let's kick this off and break it down.
All right. Working my way through a Jack and Coke here because that's how we like to do it.
Enjoying some waters. Ice Mountain. Good
Ice Mountain.
Ice Mountain. Yeah.
Ice, baby.
I'm just happy. At this time last week, the place where I'm at did not have air conditioning. It was 87 degrees inside here. Tonight it's a koozie 72. So I'm very happy the AC got fixed.
What is koozie?
I don't know.
That could go in a really bad direction.
I don't really
it's like
know.
A can holder. Yeah.
That's normally where you put her in a can, but I don't have a can, so.
Is undone. This podcast might be more entertaining than the game itself, my friend. Thank you. And it's unfortunate you could be right.
I mean, the game had its positive points. If you didn't watch anybody that's not going to play this year,
there you go. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And as a matter of fact, let's get right into the football. Let's talk about bursts and busts. Can I start with somebody? Do you mind if I go first, Riz, with a name? I'll let you do every name after this one. I just want to do this one because I've got these bells ringing in my ear that I'm going to have to take a massive L. A big stamping L on my forehead, and the clock is ticking fast. Hendon Hooker. Man, oh man. I want nothing but success for this guy, but why can't he be like Trey Lance? What's going on, man? I want Trey Lance for a number 2. What happened?
Well,
we have like a number 1 and a number 4. It was a mess out there.
I mean, Trey Lance was the number 3 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft. Or 2020, one of those years. 20, I think. He sucked. He sucked in Dallas. He looked okay the other night. Actually, he made good decisions.
Good. Yeah, he had some good passes, some touch. I mean,
did. And that was the frustrating part, was because Hooker can do all those things and has done all those things all summer. He's looked so much better in camp, and then the lights come on, and that happened. Yeah.
I was speculating that they were holding him off for the second half because he got the weakest talent to play against at that point. And that would be the opportunity for him to really build confidence and kind of slingshot into the rest of the preseason. And that just absolutely crashed and burned. And this is where I'm worried about this giant L and taking it, man, because he was not anything like the Hendon Hooker.
He wasn't any better than he had been in prior preseasons. I think the most telling thing, he dropped back 11 times and only threw 6 passes and didn't get sacked. That's a problem. It's so frustrating because, again, like, it's not just me. Like, Justin talked about this the other day, and Jeremy talked about it. Like, we've all seen Hendon Hooker be so much better all summer. And then he gets out there in the game, and, like, he wasn't any better. Like, the lights came on, and he wilted. It was very frustrating. It was like all the training went away when, there's probably cliches that can go in there.
Yeah, Tim, thanks for the
everybody's good until somebody gets punched in the mouth, and then you know how you are. And he didn't even get punched, but it was so bad. It was not the same Hendon Hooker that I'd seen all year, and it's very difficult to reconcile, which is why I am really looking forward to the next game. I know we're going to jump ahead here a little bit.
Well,
He needs to start. He needs to start the next game, and he needs to show a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's if he doesn't. That's when I'm going to be like, okay, who's out there?
Well,
I'm not there yet.
Right, but I'm ready to start taking that L pretty soon. I mean, we're almost at the end here. I thought we would see so much more. We'll see what comes on. I want to bring in a question from Stylin' All 11 in the chat. And I apologize, folks. The Google crashed up the Chrome, and so I have to do some extra work to make all this crap work so I can show your words in the chat. So I apologize. I'll get to that this week, and then starting for the rest of the season. I am not on regular season form, much like the Detroit Lions. But Stylin' 11 says, how much of Hooker's lack of development can be put on Brunell? Risdon, I'm interested in your take on this.
That's an interesting question. I actually need to think about that for a little bit, because I think a lot of it, like I've seen Brunell working with him. I will say he specifically misses JT Barrett, who was gone. Who was like his sort of mentor. He's not that much older than him. Last year, I think JT's like 32, Hendon's 26, 27.
Yeah.
So I do think that he misses him, but I also think that he's looked so much better throughout training camp. Like, he's been getting the ball out for the most part. He's been making some anticipatory throws. He's been seeing the field. He's been reading the field better. And I think the jump from playing against familiar defenders to unfamiliar defenders really rocked his world. And I don't know how much you can blame on a coach for that, honestly. But, I do think that Brunell's best work with the Lions has been with Jared Goff in making sure that his mechanics are good. They've unlocked his arm strength a little bit. I think one of the things that, and I forget who, there was some national reporter, not this year, but last summer, who came through and was talking about how he had seen him in Los Angeles and how Goff was like up on his toes more and driving his hips more when he released the ball, like real QB mechanics things. And that's probably Brunell's doing. I don't know that for sure, but it seems that.
Well, and that's where I want to go. And Jared Goff was a broken man when he came here, right? And I say that there's a little bit of hyperbole, but not a whole lot in that. He was at a bottom, and Mark Brunell was able to be as part of a team. He wasn't the only one, but was able to build Jared Goff into probably the best quarterback he's ever been. So I would say he hasn't hurt a quality, player like Jared Goff. I can't imagine that he would hurt a Hendon Hooker. I wonder if Hendon Hooker has the tools to deliver, and I fear that it may be the between the ears tool that may be the thing that's holding him back. Now, I say that the kid's smart as hell. He's really smart. I mean, we talked to him, right?
Really
at Senior Bowl, we sat down with him for a little bit. Smart, wonderful. I mean, this is one of the things that really hurts me, because I genuinely liked him as a human being and as a person. But I just wonder if the football speed and just the number of calculations you have to do in the moment that are very specific to football, if that's not working for him, I don't know. God, it hurts. It hurts because I really like this kid.
He needs a good week, and it starts tomorrow morning. He will be under the microscope. I assume when we talk to Dan Campbell in the morning that he's going to be asked a lot about Hooker, and some other guys too. But Hooker is, when I did the huge show yesterday, Friday, and it was difficult to get any audience interaction on social medias that wasn't about Hendon Hooker.
Yeah. Well, you got it from me again, because that was the first thing I brought up, Riz. Sorry.
I mean, it makes sense, because the starting lineup's set. Like, we know all 22 starters, and they're as good as any team's 22 starters in the league. But I think we saw that. I personally think that we have decent depth at a lot of positions, and that did not show across the board. And it starts with the quarterbacks. Kyle Allen, I'll throw him in next. He fared better on film review than he did in real time. But dude, that interception on that out route to Kennedy, oh my God, that's a middle school throw that a middle schooler knows not to make. And
he made some beautiful throws, though. You know what I mean?
Did.
He
did.
really, I was like, like, I mean, I was excited to see Hooker when I saw him because he seemed to be pretty sharp. I'm like, okay, cool. The guy that's the usurper is coming, and he's got to be looking really good. This is going to be nope. But no, he was sharp, and then he wasn't, and then he was sharp, and that's kind of what you expect from a number 2 quarterback in the NFL, because I mean, it's just a very, very difficult position.
It is. He's done it before, though. He had a magical run. I think it was 2019. He went 5-1 in Carolina as their fill-in starter after everybody else got hurt, and like looked decent and has cashed a lot of paychecks off that year. He wasn't terrible when he was at Texas A&M. Like his biggest thing is he does not have a great arm, and in order to unleash his arm, he really needs a clean pocket. Or he can run, and he can actually throw on the run fairly well.
Yeah.
But that's he's better than he has been better this summer, all summer, than David Blau or Tim Boyle or Nate Sudfeld or Jake Fromm. Like, they've both been better than all those guys. But again, it didn't really show on Thursday. Was that Thursday night? And it was frustrating.
It's not there. Burning Issues, smash the like button, y'all. Yes, please do hit that like button. We appreciate that when you do that. Like, subscribe, all those things. We appreciate it. It means a lot when you do that. Thank you for getting us out there and helping other people find us as well. Let's see. There's another one here from him. Burning says, Harbaugh definitely seemed to have the Chargers more prepared than the Lions seem to be. I am going to agree that would be my first take, but I think and this is me pulling one out of my posterior. This is, I think, a situation of Campbell letting the team kind of gel and push themselves and stand out themselves, not purposely not pulling them together. You know what I mean? So he can see who's got what and who brings what to the game. Where I think it's probably very true that Harbaugh brought those players together and had them prepared and scripted and ready. I just don't think that was the goal for Coach Campbell.
Yeah, and that's an important overarching point there for the preseason when you're watching. Like I'm going to be subjected to watching teams other than the Lions play in the preseason. Yay! You got to understand what their motivation is. Like go back to Rod Marinelli and Hugh Jackson in their winless years. Like Hugh Jackson sat in front. I was 10 feet away from him when he said it. We are going to learn to win in this preseason. And they did. They swept the preseason. They won a game 34-3 in the preseason, and then they lost all 17 when they counted. And there are like the Lions, I think, are seeing what their young guys can do and what they can't do. They're learning who they want to keep moving forward and who they don't. The Chargers are kind of in that as well, but they really wanted to see what Trey Lance can do because if he clicks as their backup quarterback, that saves them a crap ton of money over the coming years.
Yeah,
that's nice for them. When you watch when Pittsburgh goes out, they want to see guys who can like beat people individually. Like they don't worry so much about the team. They worry about like winning individual matchups. That's all Mike Tomlin really cares about in the preseason. He doesn't care if they score at all. Like that's like third from the bottom of like what they're trying to do. And I think Campbell leans more with that. But these are getting young players who haven't had a lot of NFL experience reps. Like Deshaun Hand. Deshaun Hand played a lot for the Chargers. Like if he's in Detroit, he's not playing. Or he's Pat O'Connor and making sure that he can prove that he can play. Look, Deshaun Hand played 17 games last year. He had 2 starts. He played well. Like this is not a guy who's in roster peril, and he's out there in the third quarter of a preseason game. The first that doesn't happen for every team.
No. Deshaun Hand is back. The hand is back.
Good for him. He's always a good dude. He was a guy that he was like a Brad Holmes special before Brad Holmes got here. An oft-injured guy from Alabama.
That is correct for sure. All right. Let's see. I just want to say Hassanin Mahdi. How you doing? Got him watching from Cairo, Egypt. This is our furthest sponsor this evening. Love to see it. Okay, let's keep rolling on this. Let's stay with the busts. Who else is busting on you, Riz?
Ennis Rakestraw leapt off the film for how bad he was.
Yes, he did.
Oh my goodness. First run play of the game. They motion the tight end across the formation. So he's like in, he reads it perfectly, goes in and makes a tackle like this. What are you doing? Like he got flung to the ground. Now, okay, he's playing with a chest contusion. I saw it happen. Like I know it hurt him. I'm quite frankly happy that he's able to get back out on the field. But if he's not going to use his arms, you can't play him. This is a question that is going to get asked tomorrow morning, and if it doesn't get asked by anybody else, I will ask it. And I hate asking questions at press conferences. I don't like doing it. It really bothered me that he was out there.
I would be kicking my way to the front of that line, Riz. You and me are very different in that way.
I prefer to observe and sort of read the room and everything. Now, player post press conferences, I talk in those a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tim Patrick, I asked him 3 questions, which was kind of cool. It's easier when it's more intimate like that. But like Dan, quite frankly, if I ask a bad question to Dan, I'm scared that he will come beat me. He probably would deserve it.
I'm that's when you really should go for it, because you will. You want to know what clickbait is? Get beat up by the coach.
I do sit in the slouch chair.
Oh,
it's fine. Oh my God, Rakestraw was so bad. His pass interference call or whatever it was, obvious. Like he earned it. The fact that he couldn't flip his hips and turn and run with a 5th round rookie. Now, Keandre Lambert-Smith can go, man. That guy's got speed. But if you're not going to jam him, what are you doing? Like, why are you lined up this close to him and you don't use your arms?
Right.
Either his chest is messed up and he shouldn't be out there, or he's really lost. And I really hope that it's the former and not the latter, because he was not good. And look, he's never been a fast guy, but
every receiver knows they're getting punched if they're getting lined up on that close, right? Yeah. You know it, and that's
what he didn't. He didn't even try.
No, I mean, and that's not one that you're going to win by a game of surprise. You have to hit him at the line, right? I mean, that's one of the big. Let's Senior Bowl. I love it when they run that drill and someone will keep someone from even getting the play off, or even getting off. I mean, it's so great to watch. Yep. That is not Rakestraw, man. At least not what we saw there. So yeah, hopefully the injury's carrying on, and that's what it is, because this can't be the guy. This can't be the guy.
The upside of it was that the guy who's already ahead of him on the depth chart probably was the best lion on the field, and that's Rock Ya-Sin.
I was so happy with him. Again, Senior Bowl kid, right? We watched him there. Yeah, Rock Ya-Sin. I'm like, thank you.
He's going way back.
Okay, we'll put him in the burst category, right? I mean, this is a guy that I mean, he loved. I didn't see a whole lot of chatter on the field. That's the one thing that stands out about him from Senior Bowl. He was non-stop mouth, just chirping the entire freaking time. Didn't see that as much here, but I love his game. He was a good addition, it feels like.
He was. He made 2 open field touchdown saving tackles in the red zone.
Yep.
And they were like sure tackles too.
Absolutely.
One of them, he completely bailed Zach Cunningham, who's going to be my next bust. He bailed his ass out because Zach got stuck inside.
Yep.
Cunningham is another one, like Hooker, who has looked really, really good throughout camp. Like, this guy looks like he can start. Like, if Anzalone hadn't had his contract resolved and did his thing and went away, I would have been okay with Zach Cunningham like filling in for that. But he was so bad Thursday. I don't know what happened. Because again, he's been so reliably good and savvy in camp, and he's getting sucked in. He's chasing the wrong tail. Like that, what are you doing? I don't understand it. He flew past a tackle too, and that's like I've covered Zach before. I covered him when he was in Houston when he led the NFL in tackles. He was never a guy who ran past and like had to like turn his body and try to get the tackle from the. And he did that twice in that game. Like that's not who he is. It was weird.
Yeah,
frustrating.
Yeah. It was very much so, and it was. I see in the chat we've got Rock Yassin is greater than Vildor. Yeah, I feel like this is a
hell yeah.
Step up. The ghost of Kendall Vildor.
I mean, Rock Yassin was once a second-round pick and has played decent football. His problem is he has never outgrown what Terrion Arnold needs to outgrow, in that he panics when at the stem release and grabs. Like he led the NFL in penalties over a 3-year period. Like, that's who he is. I haven't seen much of that. He's been guilty a couple times in camp, but the other night he was clean, man. And there was no chance Trey Lance was looking his way because Rakestraw was on the other side, and then DiCaprio Boodle.
You could tell. There's some things that are just so indicative, and you could just tell the wind is going to blow from the east today, period. And it was with the oft mentioned by Riz, Grant Stewart, on the opening kickoff. I was like, oh, Riz, don't ever talk nice about anyone ever again.
It crushed me.
It did me too.
Absolutely crushed me. I was so sad. I was so excited that he was back there. And Chris Collinsworth is like, is that a linebacker? Hey, can we talk for real quick about the broadcast?
Yeah, for sure. More Musburger, less Collinsworth.
that was a bust. Chris Collinsworth did like maybe 30 seconds of game prep for this game and then talked like he knew everything. And okay, we're here to watch. Look, I freaking love Brent Musburger. Brent Musburger is a personal hero of mine. I've never had the chance to meet him, and if I met him, I as you know, Chris, I don't really get starstruck. I would be like, nice to meet you. Lost.
That's how you do the normal podcast. What are you talking about?
Seems to be the case. I don't need to see him. I want to hear him. Mm-hmm. I don't need to see him sitting between Tirico and Collinsworth while plays are going on, like when they're breaking the huddle and getting out to the line.
Yeah.
I want to see who's in the game. I want just a little bit of commentary about, it's 3rd and 1. Are they going to try to run? Are they going to try to pass? Like, what personnel package are they? Like, there was none of that.
And when you do stuff like that, here's where it would do exactly what you did when you did the interview with Goodell at the beginning. Give up a little bit of commercial time. Give up a little bit of that commercial money to do something like that. When you're honoring a guy like Musburger or somebody that, that is that much, talk to him and interview him then, or talk to him before. I will tell you the one thing, and the Goodell interview was very nice, right? And I don't want to take anything away from it, but I will tell you it was 100% scripted. You can watch Tirico's and Goodell's eyes the whole time they're reading teleprompters. It was horrible. Yeah. I mean, that takes away. The message was great, right? The whole thing. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they had to script it and read it off of a teleprompter, it takes away. It just, all it does is tell you I got an actor here. And I don't know how much he really feels it. That really, really bums me out, man.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Like when they interviewed Jared Allen
by lawyers and attorneys and stuff, but
I thought when they went to Melissa Stark and she was with Jared Allen on the sideline, and Jared stopped talking for the plays, like, dude, good for you.
Is undone, Chris? Do you think you could color commentate? I'll tell you something. Back when my brother and I were like 10 years old, 8 years old, something like that. we had a little 19-inch black and white TV, and we would throw the Lions on and turn the volume down and do play-by-play and color commentary on those things. I probably could. I could nowhere. I couldn't be as good even as Collinsworth, I don't think is, and I don't really think he's great. I mean, there's some things that you can be a good critic of and not be able to do, and that's one of the things I can be highly critical and understand, but I couldn't do that. Now, if you want to mic the press in the Lions interview room, I can handle that for you. I can get that taken care of. Lions a lot better than what we got going on there. But hey, whatever. Hey, there's some things
we've
I can
added
do
a
better.
Microphone right in front of Dan.
Yeah,
it's there.
I know. There's a microphone there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They even tested it one day because it wasn't on one day. It's strategically placed directly in front of Burkett, where he always sits because he's a soft talker.
He's a soft talker. All right. Who else you got? One more bust for us. Bust one more time for us, Riz.
DiCaprio Boodle. If you want to go a little bit more obscure, Mason Miller, the undrafted rookie right tackle from North Dakota State, was bad. He's been bad all summer. He's on the ground way too much. You cannot end half your run plays on the ground the way he does. It would not surprise me, and this is just my speculation in my head, that Boodle and Miller are not going to play in Atlanta, that they'll be gone by then. Neither one of them has had a good camp, and then in the game they were not good. And that's the fast ticket to the waiver wire.
Bye-bye. All right, let's get off of busting on Riz and let's get to the bursts. Who's okay. Some of the guys that came out on top? Hassani, you want to start out there?
Absolutely. For a guy who's still learning how to play like technique with his technique. Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm trying to get through this.
It's okay. English is your second language.
I love his energy. That's infectious. Anybody who's been out of training camp will tell you he's playing with a smile on his face. He's trying to learn all the time.
It's infectious.
Joked about like how Aiden told him not to keep watching him. And he's learning, and he made a couple of very nice set the edge and work off of it.
I think he was the highest rated player on the field, right? For the Lions?
He might have been. I don't know. I did not write the PFF piece this week. My guy Billy did. So
Billy. Yeah, I think he was the highest rated Lion on the field this week.
Which doesn't surprise me. He played very well.
A guy that's barely played. He's probably got the least amount of time in the sport as the best guy in the field. That's a lot of upside, number one, but boy, there's some problems.
Yeah. I thought the lights weren't too bright for him. What we've seen him do well in camp translated to the field, unlike some of his teammates. And that I like that. The arrow was definitely pointing up for Ahmed. And he's the thing that he did after the game where he talked about FaceTiming his dad. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
His spirit is infectious. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, on the field and off. He's one of those guys. He's like a natural leader, but he's highly charismatic, and you're drawn to him as well. He's really a special kind of kid. I'm really, really rooting for him. He's one of those great stories that comes out in sports that could really, I mean, he could really blow up. You know, with the level of talent and athleticism he has, he could absolutely blow up. And that's one of those stories when the Lions are going to the Super Bowl this year, in the 2 weeks prior when they do that highlight reel of somebody. That's going to be a great story. Did I give away the script? I'm sorry.
Well, I like that script. Better than the one I'm writing.
All right.
As Chris knows, I'm writing something outside of the football realm. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not sleeping. It keeps me up. It's not going well.
Well, we've been talking a lot about busting. Now we're keeping you up. What else about who else are big players that we like?
Who else look good? Well? Hassanin looked good. I thought the combination together of Pat O'Connor and Chris Smith played well together. Now, when other guys went in with either of them, whether it was Raekwon Williams or who else was in there? Any host of people. Broderick Martin, who actually wasn't too bad. He's not making the team. I thought the two of them together played off one another well. And for guys that are going to be like number 3 and number 4 on the defensive line, at least at the beginning of the year, you kind of want to see that. Yeah. Chris Smith had a pretty decent camp, honestly, and it was nice to see him do something. Look, he didn't. I don't think he made a tackle. I don't think he dented the stat sheet. I thought he played well. And O'Connor is just he's taken the John Kaminsky role or the Levi Onwuzurike role of a bigger guy who moves around the line, agitates, can clear his shoulders between a gap if you need him to. He can stand up and anchor a little bit. I thought he did that very well. So it was nice to see him.
I'd like to bring up someone who surprised and was on the burst side, Colby Sorsdahl.
You know what? He did play well. He played better in the game than he had in practice. He's sort of the opposite of what we were talking with the other guys. He's not looked good in camp. The lights came on and he played well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to call him out because he looked good out there, and
he did.
He earned himself some points for sure. Somebody we cannot not mention, a young man named Tesla. The speed.
See, I didn't want to lead with him because I'd be accused of favoritism.
The speed.
Yeah, he was good.
The precision, the hands. My God. Looking this is another one of those ones that makes Holmes. It could really make Holmes look like a freaking savant, man. This kid looks really solid.
Back in the draft process, he was one of my draft guys, and I was surprised at how many draft nicks really liked him as well. And the common refrain from everybody was like, Arkansas had no clue what they had. And if you hang around the Tesla family, you might hear that from them too.
Yeah.
And he's so good.
The family's reaction and inside the den to the draft when they found out. Oh,
yeah. Having met
the heart,
probably 5 of the people that were in that room, like, I'll admit it, I started crying, man. Like, I'm like, wow, that's so cool. West Michigan, like, he's Hudsonville, like, it's right up the road, man. They're in our conference. They're in my kids' conference. Like, this is so cool. That it shows that it can come from anywhere. Yeah. And when you see somebody like that, I'm not going to call him a hometown hero for me because he's like not, but he's done everything the right way, and he's showing that Brad and the Lions area scout who was down there and saw him a lot, and their Senior Bowl team when he stood out, like, they believed in the good. They understood that it might take a little bit of time to polish. And there were a couple of routes where he got hung up just a little bit, but he's cleaning that up. But his hands are so pristine, and he's rightfully proud of them. He's one of those guys that the ball it never touches his pads. He's got it secured out here. He will go get it out here too. He's not waiting for it. That's what I like about him. I'll contrast that with Dominic Lovett, the other wide receiver, the rookie wide receiver, who I thought was kind of all over the map. Actually, like, he had a bad drop. He was responsible for Hooker's interception.
His first drop of that first pass, I was like, oh, that's like, oh, you can't drop that. You can't drop that ball.
You can't drop. That was a nice throw. That was a really nice throw from Kyle Allen. It was.
That was an absolute career maker right there. You know what I mean? To start out with that, and you dropped it. Oh God, can't do that.
But he did have a couple of other nice plays where he caught a short pass and turned it into a bigger gain because he transitions from receiver to runner very well. That's kind of what he's good at. I actually liked when Grant Stewart was running the kickoffs back, he didn't wind up blocking anybody on the second one, but he was looking for work. Like, for whatever reason, it didn't come to him. Mm-hmm. But but one of the things that you notice with Lovett in camp, a lot of the times the ball's getting right here. Right here. Like, he's using the body to complete the catch. That never happens with the slot.
Right.
Like 18, like the ball's, he's getting that ball away from himself and securing it. very Larry Fitzgerald-esque, and I'm not comparing him to Larry Fitzgerald. I'm comparing the way he catches the ball when it's away from his frame.
Or more recent, Puka Nacua.
Yes, Puka's very good at that.
Yeah.
I covered a guy in Cleveland named Jarvis Landry who was exceptional at that too.
Never heard of him.
That you can play a long time. Look, Juice is slow. But he made a couple of Pro Bowls. He was a very good player for some good teams because he could always catch the ball, no matter if a defender's on his ass or not. You throw the ball near him, he's going to go get it.
Yeah.
That is going to help Hooker or Allen, or once the regular season starts, Jared Goff. So in my head, going into camp,
I always love to see this one. What's inside?
I had penciled in Tesla. Tesla was like wide receiver 5, comfortably there, and brimming with potential, but probably like the guys ahead of him are all good. Like Leaf is good. Tim Patrick's having a pretty decent summer. I love the fact that he beat himself up, but he thought he wasn't, but he is. And, J-Mo and Amon-Ra, there's not a lot of balls to go around. If Tesla keeps doing what he's doing and does it in Atlanta and does it against Miami and Houston when they're up here, he's going to be playing.
Yeah.
You can't keep him down like that. It's going to be...
And it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment of riches, actually, for the team to have this many receivers that are this good. It really is.
Right.
I mean, you've got a whole bunch of 2 and 3s, right? Which, I mean, do you remember when Jared Goff first got here? His what was Quintez Cephas?
Quintez Cephas
was the best.
Oh my God. That guy was really slow.
We were talking about it. We were talking about the numbers. When Quintez was on the field, Goff's numbers and completion rates and everything were way up. Were super high. Yes. When Quintez couldn't play, they're off. You give him a wide receiver 4 on the field, and he was completing passes, but you had nothing better than that. So of course he couldn't complete them. And then people thought it was the Goff fault. I was like, wow, people like, are we watching the same football? Have you seen this game before? Because this is not a Goff problem. This is not a Goff problem. But anyway, that's where we are.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you're looking at Dominic Lovett as wide receiver 6. This is a pretty solid developmental, useful guy. And for all intents and purposes, he will be your Leaf replacement in 2026. At least 33 years old, I think.
Holy
32.
Cow, is he really?
He is.
These guys are aging faster than me.
10th season.
These guys are getting old faster than I am. They're like 2 birthdays a year or something.
I know. Man, it's crazy.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Yeah. Your boy Terry McLaurin is 30. I didn't even realize that.
God dang. He wants to trade, doesn't he? Let's talk about trades real quick, Riz. Can we do that?
Yeah.
There's 2. Well, let's save it for the end. Let's save it for the end because that'd be good last topic stuff. Okay, let's get into the next topic. Takeaways from the Hall of Fame game. Right now, I think there's some people out there that went and found their copy of the Le Chic album, got out the turntable, set it up, and started playing Freak Out on full blast and repeat over and over and over and over. And this is a 70s throwback reference for my friends. Freak Out is not necessarily the song I would be playing right now, Riz. I think there's some early adopters of the Freak Out mentality. I just don't think it just doesn't. It's just not reality to be in Freak Out space right now, is it?
It's to go to the song that was last when I parked the car. It was on Foreclosure of a Dream by Megadeth. Not an appropriate song for this either. Nothing about what I feel how this team's going to do in the regular season changed one iota. Because nobody who played Thursday night is going to be important in 2025. That's the facts. I feel a little bit worse about our depth, but it's one preseason game that they didn't really game plan for. They weren't playing the Chargers. They were out there. The Chargers were in the way or the opponent of the Lions doing what they try to do. This wasn't Kelvin Shepard oh man, Trey Lance in there. he can't throw when he goes to his left, so let's overload blitz from the right. Like, none of that went on. That's not what they did. So he did bring some pressures. I did like the 5-man line looks. I thought the look where Martin was the nose tackle, Bro Mart, and then O'Connor was on one side and Smith was on the other. They actually did some good things out of that, because then they had Hassanin was on one side for some of it. You saw Nate Lynn did very well on that. Nate Lynn deserves to be on the burst team. I thought he played very well. Number 57 had a nice night. And, you know, that we have seen some of that in camp. So my guy Ian Kennelly played very well too. Grand Valley State safety, number 27, with the body slam tackle.
Nice. We had some musical references. I've got to jump in really quick, Riz. Had breakfast with our guy Brian Burkheiser when I was in town. He played something, and now he's shared some demos that are coming out.
Some
dude.
Scatterbrain.
Holy shit! There's a song that's coming out. I got it right here called "Old Friends." It's like nothing you've heard. It's like nothing you've heard before, and you can feel. I'm gonna say something that you're gonna be like, "What?" You can feel a touch of Eminem in there. It is Detroit, but it's brand new, dude. I played it when I first got it. I played it like 6-7 times in a row. That song over and over and over. It is bad ass. I am telling you guys, that's going to be out late September. When Scatterbrain hits, be proud, Detroit, because you've got some real music hitting again out of that city, and it's something special. It's really good shit.
We need to start a push to get Brian to be Thanksgiving halftime.
There's a push. There's definitely a push. Let me see. I've got one more pick. Yeah, here it is. He was at this is a funny one. So you can see I got it on TV. See if it shows up. There it is. It's a Tiger game.
Yes. He goes to a lot of Tigers games.
It's right behind home plate. They zoomed in on him taking pictures.
That's great.
No, he's awesome. He's doing great. He really is, and the muse is hitting, man. His stuff is awesome. We're gonna be able to play some on here, and he's gonna come on with us, and we got some really really cool stuff rolling up here. More to come, Riz. We haven't even talked about it yet. We haven't been able to talk, but
no, we haven't.
Cool stuff. So anyway, get ready for Scatter Game. Sorry, Scatterbrain. Sorry, I got away from the football talk. Let's get back to the takeaways for the Hall of Fame game. It's panic mode, right? It's absolutely panic mode. This team is. Look, if you go and win all of the preseason games, then can't win a regular season game. How bad is it going to be if you can't win a preseason game? I mean, you're obviously gonna. You might as well be playing soccer, right? Maybe go to the baseball game.
I got to get to a Tigers game. I've been on the radio so much this summer and having to talk Tigers that I'm somewhat interested in them now. So I've adopted Jack Flaherty as that's my guy. He pitched great last night and they pulled him and the bullpen sucked. Felt bad for him.
Oh, man. Oh, here's a good takeaway from Peaceful Tim. It's actually a good one. The Lions' offensive play calling was good. Really, really good for the preseason standards. Many times the players just didn't execute the plays. And I had to say yes. Yes,
I agree.
I mean, this is a good sense. Now, you talk about, they don't want to show their hand in the preseason, right? So maybe they aren't. I hope this isn't the top. Like, this isn't the peak of what they can do and they went all in, right? That would be a very Millen kind of thing to do. Show everything in the preseason and never be able to do better. But I have a sense that this group is smarter than that.
Convince yourself that your depth is good enough and that your starters are good enough. And they weren't. The one thing I will say, and I did watch the All-22, my defensive notes are up at Lions Wire already. The offensive notes will get up tomorrow. I just didn't have time to do things today as I wanted to. They are running much deeper route combinations than what you saw under Ben Johnson. Like the secondary and tertiary receivers are deeper than what you're used to seeing. And you did see that in the game. That's something that if you come out to camp, you will see. If you wait till the regular season before you can see them, you're going to see Amon-Ra is the focal point, but Laporta is also he's been so good. Chris, he's been so good. He's been so good.
Oh God.
But even like the other night, you saw Tesla work in the deeper middle, where he was catching the ball on those 2 throws from Allen are routes that weren't that deep last year. And that's one of the things that John Morton does is that he wants the quarterbacks to take a little bit more time and let the routes develop just a little bit deeper than what Ben Johnson did. If you're looking for differences between the two, that's one of them.
And that stretch on the field will give them a little more space to work with as well. And again, that deeper kind of crossing kind of stuff is a lot like Puka Nacua runs, and it gives you a lot more second and third and short when you convert on those deeper routes. I mean, it's all upside, except you have to hold the ball a little longer. Right. But when you have a run game
your
like ours,
offensive line has to hold up,
and they do. And when you have a run game like ours, I mean, it really kind of sets that up well, man.
You know what? We're gonna give love to Craig Reynolds for his effort and outing too. Because the run blocking was not always great for him, and he busted his ass, man. That touchdown drive was all Craig. I loved it.
Okay, could Risdon give us a current top 5 rostered Lions based solely on expected talent?
What do you mean, like the best 5 players on the team?
Is that based solely on what we expect out of them or what they can become?
Panay would be 1. Hutch would be 1A.
Those are easy. We've seen them. What about younger? Let's go like younger. Year 1.
They are younger guys.
Year 1, maybe year 2.
Panay's 24.
Year 1, maybe year 2. We've seen them. We know what they're
doing. Let's see. Let me think about that. Terrion is going to be a star.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He's been really good this summer. He is very much following the Darius Slay path of a guy who got thrown in as a rookie and wasn't ready. And instead of wallowing and wondering and being frustrated, he busted his ass to get better and became Darius Slay, who we all still love. Nothing but love for Darius Slay. Terrion's taken that path, and it's nice to see.
I don't want to say he wasn't ready. I don't know if he was not who he is, but he was.
That's fair.
He was extra grabby early, and once he started learning, now he hasn't fully learned that lesson, right? But once he started learning it by a third of the way through the season, he was absolutely ready. You know what I mean? So I hate to kind of pin that on him. I don't disagree with what you said at all, but I just think like if I'm picking nits on this one, I don't want to say he wasn't ready when he went out, because he did for a first year cornerback in the against the teams that we played. He fucking played awesome, dude. He played awesome.
He did. Tyleek is going to be very good. He is better coming in than Aleem was, and they play basically the same way. You see, so there's a guy. He's a different body type, but he plays the same style, and that's Zach Allen, who got drafted. I think he was a 3rd or 4th rounder coming out of Boston College. Went to Arizona, wound up in Denver. Just signed for I think it was $114 million. The way Tyleek plays, he can do exactly what Zach Allen does. He weighs probably 25 pounds more, but that's who you're looking at. Combine Zach Allen and Aleem McNeil, and you're the number one thing that stands out about Tyleek when you talk to him, like he went to he liked class in college. Like, this guy's very erudite and measured and smart and thoughtful, and he's also a pretty damn good football player.
Question in the chat.
I'm very excited for him.
Do you think Amik can push for an outside cornerback position over to the 2 starters that are sitting there?
Over Reed and Arnold? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
You don't think he's going to be able to put that juice in?
I think he'll be. he's going to play a lot. Like in 3 cornerback looks, he's the third corner. It's not close. Rock Ya-Sin's number 4, and there's a definite stratification there. But yeah, he's like Amik's been good. He's earned the right not to play in these preseason games. Now he is dinged up right now, but he wasn't going to play. Yeah, he will float between the slot. If there's a play or two where Reed has to go to the sideline, or Terrion misses a game because whatever injuries happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know that now. Mm-hmm. Amik's good, and the fact that he can do that, and Avonte Maddox also can fill in. He can play the slot. He can play either safety spot. Probably want him in the Kirby spot more than you want him in the Branch spot, but he can do that. He has played outside before. Eagles fans will laugh at that, but he's done it. He's better than, I don't want to speak ill of the departed, but Kindle Vildor.
The
Lions fans, look, rightfully hate him for what happened in San Francisco, but the dude wasn't that bad. And the one thing that always bugs me about the way he always got criticized as being slow. He was literally the fastest guy on the team. He's faster than J-Mo in the 40.
Damn.
You can criticize him for a lot of things. Dude's not slow. He might not play to his speed, but dude's not slow.
Yeah.
That always bugged me.
All right, Riz.
So did his face mask.
I want your number one takeaway from the Hall of Fame game. Number one, what can fans take away from this game? And
I was excited that the players who could realistically see the field in meaningful situations in 2025 all played well. And that if we have to go into the depths again, especially on offense, we're in a little bit of trouble.
Not a wide receiver.
Every team can say that. No, we're good at wide receiver. I think we're good at running back.
We're fucked at quarterback.
We're better at quarterback than we are at offensive tackle.
Fair enough. Well,
just a couple of on the offensive line front. I thought Eguakun had a rotten first series and then played well, and Yode played pretty darn well the entire time that he was in. And he's a guy that he's one of those that's very tough when you're doing your 53-man roster projections. Like, does he make it? Does he not? Do they keep the 10th lineman, or do they only keep it 9? Because he's kind of that guy. him and Moody together. I thought Yode was better than Moody in the game, but I think that Moody has been better in camp. But that depends on where they're weighing what they want to see. And Kingsley's been solid, man. He's earned the right to be the number 2 center. But the first 2 of his first 3 plays, he was like, oh crap. And that was one of I know he got a low PFF score, and just from my brief time training at PFF back in the day, when you lose early, it's really tough to bring the stuff up because you started the baseline so low.
Mm-hmm.
That tended to happen to Alex Anzalone at linebacker, because he's a guy that doesn't always play his best on the first snap of the game. He needs to feel the flow a little bit. And that's always dogged his PFF scores, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I think he would probably agree with that, too.
I think my number one takeaway from this game for fans is, don't worry about it. There's two parts to this answer. One, we got an extra preseason game that other teams don't have. That's actually really helpful. And I think that's a little bit why it wasn't as packaged and pulled together by Coach Campbell. And it was very much a scrimmage for him to see what he has talent-wise and to evaluate. I think you're going to see the choker get tighter and tighter and tighter on that as we go into the preseason. And you're going to see things line up a little bit differently. I think this one was as loosey-goosey as you're going to get from this team. I say, don't worry. The takeaway is, on to next week. This one doesn't count. It's barely in the record books. Nobody will look back and think about it again. We've got a little ways till week 1. And that's where I'm at. Although Hendon Hooker
I'm
scares
with
me
you
right
on
now.
I mean, there are certain things that you want.
Him,
so,
you know?
yeah. So what you do for the players who let you down, you want to see them regain it in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have 2 bad preseason games in a row, that's when you start to really worry. Like I'm not going to say I'm not concerned about Hendon, but I want to see what happens in Atlanta before I make any conclusions at all. Because he might have just had a bad night. That happens.
Yep.
Even the best have bad nights. Scooble lost a game this year somehow. I don't know how that happened, but
I don't have bad nights, Riz.
No, we do.
Badass days though. All right, let's get into the next thing. And this one's one that you need to peek your ears up, folks. This is a big deal. Fantasy.DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Get in there. Play the best. We've got a beginner's league. We've got an intermediate league, which we didn't have an intermediate league at first, and we've got surging demand. So we have an intermediate league and a champions league. Get in there, win some money, win some merch, top 4 positions in 12-person leagues, all win prizes. You're talking about that's the third of everybody that plays is walking away with a prize. That's pretty good. It's a good time, a lot of fun. Stretch your fantasy football muscles. Get in there and join us for some of the most exciting fantasy play you can get. Fantasy.DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Get yourself some and see if you can get in a league playing against me or Riz or Ash or some of the other folks and see what you got. Fantasy.DetroitLionsPodcast.com. I don't know. There's some kind of fast-speaking legalese that should go there or something, but whatever. Okay. Okay. What to look for next? Let's first start. Let's first start with the conversation about the trades, because I know there's a lot going on in the chat about it, a lot of people talking about it.
Okay. Right.
Numero uno.
You want Micah Parsons? 2 first-round picks, J-Mo and Brian Branch will get it done. Nothing less.
That's it?
Yep. That'll do it. Or if you want to keep J-Mo, put Jameer in there, because you know how much Jerry loves his running backs.
What about an Aleem?
Me? I don't know.
Aleem for Amika?
You know what? I actually think that he probably makes too much money for Dallas to absorb.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably fair. Now, let's do just a little dream sequence, okay? And I'm going to use this one just as a... That's good enough. Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, Tyleek, Aleem, Hassanin, Jack Campbell.
So let's just start with the first 4 there. Okay, Hutch and Parsons both are going to get 45 to 55 million a year. Aleem gets he's making a lot of money. He just got an extension.
Yes.
Tyleek's getting first-round money, which isn't chump change. You're paying your defensive line $100 million a year.
Stop! You're bringing reality here. This let me bring it back again.
Chris, you know I don't do fantasy unless it involves whipped cream and Iron Maiden and vanilla pudding and Julianne Moore, Rachel Weisz.
We got some pixie dust. Just think about it. How awesome would that be? How awesome would that be?
Sweet.
Okay. Now,
welcome to Detroit.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Micah's a great dream. It's a lot of fun. It's all kinds of fun, but it ain't gonna happen.
Oh my God, we got a graphic! Wow, that's fantastic.
This is one where you lose by watching the or listening to the audio version. It ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. But it's a lot of fun to dream about, man. It is a lot of fun to dream about.
Right.
But unfortunately, no. So.
And so we just Terry McLaurin. Okay.
Yes.
Terry McLaurin's a great receiver.
God, I love it.
We just talked about how loaded the Lions are at wide receiver. Don't see that one happening.
But we're not McLaurin loaded.
I mean, he's so good. He really is.
He is.
Look, I would very strongly suspect that Parsons will be playing for Dallas this year. McLaurin will be playing for Washington this year. And, like, this has happened in Dallas before. This happened with CeeDee Lamb a year ago. Now CeeDee makes more than Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think he's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he makes more than him. Nice. It's still crazy to me that Amon-Ra signed, like, 2 days before the 2024 NFL draft and was the highest paid receiver in NFL history, and now he's 7th. That's wild. It's wild. Life moves fast, man.
All right. Let's talk about what the future holds. Craig, I got to go to the comments really quick. Risdon is the best, way better than POD in Detroit News. I responded with, nice of you to say, Mrs. Risdon. Okay, let's... Couldn't help it.
My wife was so happy when I told her that I'm like, I'm going to do the podcast Saturday night. And she's like, oh, I'm like, I'll be at the apartment. She's like, oh, thank God.
All right, what's to look for now out of this? I would say I am absolutely hoping and looking for a bounce back. You talked about bounce backs for guys and to kind of lift their play, to elevate themselves. I am hoping for a big bounce back for a number of players. I certainly absolutely put Hendon Hooker on the top of that. Yeah. Yeah. I put that at the very, very top. I want him to earn that number 2 quarterback position and show what it is that he has, because he has it. He has the skills. He has the athletic ability. There's just something that's not clicking for him, and we need it to click, and we need him to show and build the confidence in his capabilities. That's my number 1 what to look for next. How about you, Riz?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I do from a more technical aspect. I want to see how much advances in the playbook on both sides of the ball. Do they keep it kind of the same, or do they open it up a little bit more as each week progresses? And that's something that I'm going to be looking for, because we have seen more in camp than we did Thursday night. Not a lot, but some things were a little muted, I would say. I don't know whether that was just to get the guys acclimated to be playing in games. I don't know. These are questions that we do get to talk. We get Kelvin this week. We alternate with the coordinators. Last week we got Morton. It was really good, by the way. He's ready.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. People were like, huh? About that, and I'm just like, I was so excited about that pick. I really was.
I think he's going to do well. Mm-hmm. I like it. His offense reminds me of Ben's mixed with. He's certainly got the Sean Payton concepts in there of the layered routes and the duo blocking, which is going to save Graham Glasgow, I think, at center. But just the timing and spacing are a little bit different. And the other thing, and Leaf said this great after practice one day. He's like, he trusts us to make decisions on our own. And that's so key. Like, there's room for them to mind meld with Jared Goff and like, hey, if I see this here, I'm going to do this instead of sticking to the route, which, like, if anybody who's been at camp, Chris, you know this very well. If you deviated from what it was exactly designed on the play, Ben Johnson went ape nuts.
Oh, yeah. He's going to burn out.
Chicago's learning that now.
He's going to burn out.
The ability to have a little bit of freedom to it's like going from playing prog metal to playing jazz in my world. Or as I talked about with the Dream Theater drummers, like, it's the difference between Mike Mangini and Mike Portnoy. Mangini can play anything, but if you ask him to do an improv drum solo, he's going to drop his sticks and like, oh, crap. Oh, gee, it's time for the next song. Whereas Portnoy's going to jam and groove and They'll start playing also Sprach Zarathustra or just some weird jazzy Osric Tentacles type of stuff. Like that little difference in freedom means a lot to the players. I know it means a lot to Leaf. I know it means a lot to Amon-Ra. He hasn't really talked about it, but we know that it does. It certainly means a lot to Sam Laporta. Mm-hmm. You're more than just a go-get-'em robot type person.
Right.
And I think that is something that's coming out, and that reminds me of Bill O'Brien in Houston, who was a god-awful general manager, but as an offensive mind was a pretty damn good coach.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get Casey?
Maybe.
I think he needs some camera time. I think he needs a little bit of time. I don't want to undercut Kelvin at all, right? But I think Casey. Yeah. I think we're going to see more of him than we would have at that position other years.
You can hear him a lot at camp. Not quiet. He and Deshae Townsend do not need microphones.
Yeah,
it's one of the fun things. Yeah, if you hear profanity coming,
it's either me or him.
Most of your kids out at camp. It's probably Deshae Townsend. There's a good chance that it's him.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! All right. Well, there we are. We've got our takeaways. We've got our analysis of the game. We'll have Riz all week. Check us out on YouTube. He's been banging out the shorts. Some really good quick coverage. Lions Wire. He's been banging it hard. He's been banging it like a screen door in a hurricane. Just ram, ram, ram. Getting it done. Lots of stuff going on from Riz. His coverage has been awesome.
What if I walked in too?
It's only what you want to make it, buddy. It's only what you want to make it into. It's but on its own, it's completely fine and above board. So anyway, great coverage from Riz. Check out our YouTube. Check out Lions Wire. You can overload on Lions coverage just here with Detroit Lions podcast content. We've also got other stuff coming for the season. We've got a regular Michael Gray sequence coming. We got Bishop Brown coming. We got a whole ton of great stuff. Dr. Jimmy Liao. At least last time we spoke, I owe him a phone call for like months. I hope he doesn't hate me. I hope he doesn't hate me. I'm so damn fucking busy. I'm calling you this weekend, Dr. Liao. I'm sorry. Please
call him
don't
Jimmy.
shoot
He
me.
doesn't like being called Dr. Liao. I called him that on the radio, and he's like, never call me that again.
It's all he's going to get. It's all he's going to get from me. Okay. I'm going to be the festering boil of his life.
Shingles. Shingles doesn't care.
I should have been a PhD instead of a doctor. All right, let's do that. We got a great show. Thanks everyone. Great coverage all week. More stuff coming up. Another podcast as usual. We will keep these weekly, and then the content will really start to flow as we get into the groove here. A lot of great stuff coming. Riz, anything you want to say before we put a pin in it?
I just want to thank everybody for watching the shorts that I record as I walk out of practice. I'll have another one tomorrow. Monday night is practice. It'll probably be dark as I'm leaving, so I might not do one then, but it'll come up Tuesday morning.
Do it anyway.
And thanks everybody for the nice feedback on the huge show. It means a lot to me that you listen and care. And I've had a lot of fun being in there, and it's cool. So thank you all for that.
Awesome. Keep it up, Riz. Keep rocking, keep rolling. We'll do this. We got a great season coming up. We got a lot of great coverage, a lot of great stuff coming. Stay tuned. Don't forget about fantasy.detroitlionspodcast.com. Fantasy.detroitlionspodcast.com. Get in there, have some fun with us, and keep working. And Ronan says, I love those walking shorts. His Bermudas are the nicest. All right. With that, don't forget about us on Patreon, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. Patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. If you give at least $5 a month or more, you'll get access to the Slack chat, which is active as heck. A lot going on there right now. Mm-hmm. Great people, great Lions talk, great in-game discussions and game threads, live play-by-play. It's awesome. The hardest part about those is just the difference in where people are versus live versus delayed like 20 seconds or whatever. And it's a balancing act. Yeah. You can make it work. It's a lot of fun though. The game threads are awesome. Also follow us on Twitter at Jeff Risdon and at DET Lions Podcast. I'll show information at DET Lions Podcast. Great stuff there. We're pants free on either one, so don't miss out. Do all the subscribes and all that stuff to those, and go to DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe here. I forgot to ask. Or did I? Did I ask? I only tried to do it once.
I think you did at the very beginning, but it doesn't hurt to ask again.
Like and subscribe, please. Go to DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Subscribe to the podcast. That way Riz can do what he does.
I can come in your ears automatically. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next time on the Detroit Lions podcast. Remember, no pants, no toasters, no hot tub, no Q-tips, and no problems because we're your Detroit Lions and Reddit connection. We'll see y'all soon.